What we're going to do in this video is see how the size of the scale factor relates to a scale copy. And to do that, we're going to look at three different sets of images. So take a look at our first set here. Figure B is a scale copy of figure A. You might notice that figure B is the same shape and size as figure A. In our second set of shapes, figure B is much smaller than figure A. In our third set, figure B is much larger than figure A. So let's look at the scale factors of each set of these shapes. So for figure A, I had to find some corresponding sides in order to find the scale factor, but unfortunately I just had curved and slanted sides. So just like in my last video, I started to look for some corresponding distances in each one of the shapes. In my second pair of shapes, I was looking at the top sides of each of our figures. And then in my triangles, I was looking at the right side and bottom sides. And so what I did is I took all those side lengths and I placed them in a table. Okay, so I matched all of my corresponding sides in a table. And what I'm going to do now is find the scale factor. So let's take a look at our first one here. I can pick any row I want from my table to find the scale factor because in our problem it told us that these are all scale copies. So no matter which row I choose, I'll end up with the same scale factor. So let's do it. I'll take the top row here and I'll do 5, which is my scale copy side, divided by 5. That gets me 1. I'll take my scale copy side here. I'll take 1. My original side is 2. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. And finally, for my third one, I'm going to do 3 over 1, which gets me 3. So I've got 3 different scale factors here. So what do the sizes of these scale factors tell us? Well, when we have a scale factor that's larger than 1, like we did over here with this 3, when we have a scale factor that's larger than 1, what happens to our scale copy? Well, if you notice, the scale factor that's larger than 1, our scale copy got bigger. It got larger. So we say that when you have a scale factor that's larger than 1, the scale copy is larger than the original. But if we have a scale factor that's smaller than 1, like we did here, we had 0.5, what happens to our image? Well, when you multiply by a scale factor of smaller than 1, you get a scale copy that's much smaller than the original. And finally, what if you have a scale factor that is equal to the 1? Like this one, where we have 1 as our scale factor. Well, if we look at our scale copy, if we multiply by a scale factor of 1, we're going to get the exact same image. The scale copy is an exact copy of the original, meaning it's the same shape. So when we think about the size of a scale factor, we can predict what our scale copy is going to look like. If it's a scale factor of 1, I know I'm going to get the exact same shape. If I have a scale factor that's less than 1, I know my scale copy is going to be smaller than the original. And finally, if you have a scale factor that's much larger than 1, then we know that our scale copy is going to be bigger or larger than the original.